Hello everyone, this is another video on new features in the Infinity Fleet system. The video today is going to be about Setup Assistant with a standard torque box. First thing we're going to need to do is open the Infinity program, which we can do by going over to the Infinity Fleet icon on our desktop and clicking on it. And that'll open up the program. And then you'll see this box pop up. We do recommend that you run your scanner for at least 15 minutes before measuring to ensure the greatest accuracy. While you're waiting for the scanner to warm up, feel free to walk around the vehicle, add targets, create a shop order, get your adapters on the frame. You don't have to stop working on the vehicle just because you have to wait the 15 minutes for the scanner to warm up. Once you've waited those 15 minutes, you can go ahead and click OK on that box. And you can go up to the Edit Shop Order tab. Just like everything else in the Fleet system, you need to make a shop order before you can do anything else in the system. So normally we would hit Create New, but I've already created a shop order, so we're going to go ahead and select that. Then we'll go over to the Target Placement tab and click on it. And now you see our frame pop up. We're going to be using a standard torque box, which means we'll have targets on both rails, which means they'll probably be around these 4 points. Now if you watch here, you can see that I'm going to put an adapter on the frame. This is a dual magnet adapter. It's important that you always use the same stems, so I'm using a green stem here, so I'll use a green stem on all the other torque box points. It's important that your adapters also face the same way. Alright, and there I placed a target. Now you can see these 4 targets set up in a rectangle. It's important that you don't use a square. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Setup Assistant here. Alright, and now you can see the targets are figuring out how far away they are from each other. Once they've finished walking out into that rectangle, then the scanner is going to find orientation. Alright, we'll see it's slowly starting to snap in here. And once it's completely snapped in, you'll see this box open up. Now we are using a torque box, a standard dual side torque box, but we have our adapters facing the floor. So we're going to go ahead and select that option. Then we'll need to figure out which of our target pairs is closest to the front of the frame. My front 2 torque box points are 2 and 10. And then we'll need to figure out the length from the front of our frame to the first torque box location. For me, that's 2,400 millimeters. Okay, and we can skip the length measurement because we'll use targets to measure that. So go ahead and hit Continue. Now you can see our torque box is snapped into place, and we're going to hang 1 target on the front of the frame and 1 on the back. And because we're already using dual bottom adapters, we're going to make sure to select that too. Always make sure your adapters are all in the same position. And you can see that in this example pic here, you want to make sure that your stem connector is pointed at the floor. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put a target on the front of the frame. And when I do that, you can see that gray dot walking towards the front and center of the frame. That's the target I placed there. That's going to give us our measurement from the front of the frame. Then I'm going to go ahead and put a target on the back of the frame. And you can see that target walking towards the back of the frame as well. It's going to settle in the same way that the front target did, and it's settling into place. Once it's settled in, we'll go ahead and hit OK. Now you can add any additional targets you want to the frame or move the 2 targets you used for the length measurement anywhere on the frame to measure different parts of it. Once you've decided where you want the targets and what targets you want to add, you can go ahead and hit Continue. And now you can see that we've got our measurements from all of the targets we have on the frame. And it's going to send us back into the Target Placement tab. And we can go ahead and look at any of these points here. Alright, I clicked on a torque box point. You can see we're using a dual bottom adapter and it's placed on the bottom rail. And you can see height and width measurements. That, if you want, you can go back to the measurement screen and add more targets, measure different points. But that just about completes Setup Assistant with a standard torque box. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.